Hello, hello, my magical friends. This is Annika with Witchful Ways, and we are on day 7, our final day of our 7 days of self-care. And I hope that you've gotten some great ideas and are starting to form some great self-care practices and rituals for yourself from this information. So today, let me talk about how self-care is a process, right? You have to follow your gut. Self-care is a process. It requires practice, dedication, if you want to make it stick, just like anything else. You have to practice it. Believe it or not, we have to practice self-care, putting it into our schedules more so. So don't get discouraged if it takes time to make this concept a part of your life. It gets easier, and you'll probably find yourself carving out self-care activities so much that you'll wonder how you ever lived without them when it comes down the road, right? However, there are going to be times that are busier or more stressful, and your self-care is going to fly right out the window, right? It's going to go by the wayside. And if you find that happening, be sure that you follow these tips to continue to take care of yourself going forward. First is to trust your instincts. Sometimes we get so busy that we find ourselves on autopilot, basically, right? Like the only natural thing that happens during the hectic times is that we don't realize how we got through them until we have to sit back and look at what happened, right? So it's only natural during hectic times. But it's critical that you make an attempt to listen to your instincts during those times to know whether you're in need of a boost of self-care. When you start to feel especially frazzled, fatigued, overworked, like I just can't do it, stressed out, that's not a cue to like double down and work harder. It's your body and your mind telling you that you need to take a break. Listen to that. Along those same thought process, right? Look for other unusual signs that things are off balance with you, such as being really irritable, eating poorly, losing sleep, indulging in bad habits. All of those are things that are telling you that you need a little bit more care taken for yourself. So make sure you trust your body's wisdom to know what it needs. Listen to your cravings and figure out where you need nourishment. And then, of course, we have to schedule it. Schedule it in again and again and again, right? A trick that helps some people fit self-care into their schedule when life gets super busy is to actually write it into your calendar, put it into your phone, write it in your planner, whatever it is. Treat your self-care commitments like you do any other appointment or event in your life. Write down the time, pick your day, write down the time you're going to start, the time you're going to finish, what you're going to do in that time frame. Try to be specific about the activity that you're going to engage in. Doing those things will increase the odds that you'll actually follow through with it. So schedule it as a recurring event in your online calendar or, like I said, in your phone or whatever, so that it's always going to be something on the horizon. It's always going to be something that's there that you come to look forward to. I personally, for some reason this year, got totally into planners, right? I got all kinds of planners, and I'm going to put everything in there. I've just started putting everything in there. So you might want to even purchase special stickers for making, notes on your calendar or in your planner when those days are. That kind of makes you happy, right? When you go, oh, I'm going to put, this sticker here, gold star, whatever it is, right? Reminds you in a joyful way that self-care should be important. And it's easy to put yourself on the back burner when life gets crazy, but don't forget that those, again, are the times where you need self-care the most. Make sure that you write it down and schedule it in for yourself. And then you have to stick to the plan. Well, first you have to create the plan, right? And then stick to it. So developing your self-care plan is critical to maintaining your well-being. So I've talked about some ideas about how to do that, but now's the time to make sure that you implement them. It's so important to have a self-care toolkit at your disposal during those busiest times and stressful periods that you can just grab, right? We talked about that toolkit the other day, what you can put in there, your special lotion, your special tea, whatever it is. Keep your emergency self-care kit list and your care package together so that they're easily accessed when you need them. And then make sure that you have those trusted contacts to call when you might need some self-encouragement or self-love or accountability, right? Those people that your friends and family that you've enlisted to say, hey, let me know when I'm, looking like I'm way too stressed, like I'm not taking care of myself, right? Those people can provide motivation and support to you when you need it as well. And if you need more help than good friends and great chocolate can provide, then call in a professional. Don't let your health and well-being suffer because you're too proud to admit that you need, somebody of a professional level to talk to. Like, that stuff is super beneficial in every way. You can get your everything out to somebody that has no view, no bias, no, doesn't care about the outcome. They're just there to listen. So make sure that you reach out if you feel that you need to reach out. Okay. One final word for our day 7. Take time to assess your self-care needs regularly. That is going to help you keep on track as well. Maybe ask yourself once a week or so if you're giving yourself enough time and attention, and then listen to your instincts and make adjustments as necessary. Self-care is an ongoing and evolving process, and it requires your consistent attention, right? Like, especially if you're a light worker, you do, energy work, or you provide things that you work with your energy a lot. Empaths even, like, you have to make sure that you keep up on your self-care. Again, not selfish, right? I'm always going to stress that. Not a selfish thing. You have to make sure that you realize you have to replenish yourself. You have to do it and able to allow you to care for anyone else. Okay. That is our 7 days. So I'm super excited, and I'm so grateful of the people that have reached out to me and said, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And this is what I found I could do, or I didn't realize that I was doing this. And this was actually something that I consider my greatest self-care, or that you've shared in the Witches Living a Magical Life Facebook group. Actually, it's just called Living a Magical Life Facebook group now, but that you've shared in the group or a comment on the podcast that says, this has helped me so much. And this is what I'm doing and sharing, because that's what it's all about. Okay, so there is a day 7 journal prompt. And that journal prompt is, how will you continue to support your self-care routines and rituals? And who will you call on for help when you need reminding? Right? Have all of that down ready so that you know. So I'm going to end this self-care with, if you are looking for an amazing group of women to help you in your self-care and to bring yourself into your most powerful self and to support you in every area of your life, I do have the Sister Circle membership that is available and open. You can go to the website at witchfulways.com and you'll see Become a Sister Circle on one of the top tabs. We would love to have you in there. It's an amazing space that we get together. New moon, full moon rituals, energy work, clearings, excuse me, energy work and clearings. And we do card readings on the 15th of every month too. But more so, we have amazing connections in there. And we're all about support and raising, right? So if you'd like to be in there, great. If not, that's great too. If it's not time for you to do that, that's amazing as well. Make sure that you are in the Living a Magical Life Facebook group if you're on social media, because there's a whole lot of those same people in there, and it's the same supportive community that you can lean into when you need to. Okay, with that, that was our day 7 days of self-care. Have a wonderfully magical rest of your week, and we'll see you next week.